Start meeting 12:05, call to order. All right, first of all, we'll stand up for pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. We'll move forward with roll call.
Elizabeth Alonso Villarreal. Present. George Narvaez. Omar Gonzalez Longoria.
Present.
Hector Cortez. Arturo Tomas Benavides.
Present.
Robert Judd Gilpin.
Present.
Jose D. Gonzalez.
Present.
Dr. Carlos Valle Jr.
Here. Present.
All right, we have a quorum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Good.
Yeah,
Okay.
6.
Okay, and airport staff, I guess you don't have anything on there. All right, citizen comments, if there's any comments submitted, please, report them, noted at 12:15. And you have, 3 minutes to speak on three topics, that's it. So, anybody have any comments? Move forward. Well, I guess we'll start with the, staff reports since.
The minutes approved.
I'm sorry.
Approval of the minutes.
Approval of minutes, okay, I'm moving ahead. Getting way faster. Okay, I guess the minutes are attached. I don't know if you reviewed them. I'll give a couple of minutes to review.
I read them, and if there's no other changes by anybody, I
We're
won't.
pretty smoothly.
Okay, good. So, okay, motion, Liz, second, Omar. Okay, all in favor, minutes pass?
Aye.
Any opposition? Okay, motion passes to move approve the minutes. Okay, I jumped to citizen comments, I already went through that, so I guess we'll go to staff reports.
Mr. Chairman, good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I would like to inform you that Mr. Jeff Miller, Deputy Director, is traveling to San Antonio. He's traveling to the USMC, the United States Mexico Canada Automotive Industry Summit. He's going with Teclo Garcia, or what is he? Economic Development, and council members, and also with the Tourist Bureau over there in San Antonio. So that's why he's not present. So that's the reason he's not here. So moving forward, hopefully they will bring more cargo to the airport.
There you go.
That's the idea of going to this summit, to promote our cargo.
But just to add, they're not, and you're going for tenants, they're gonna go out there and they have a booth out there.
Yeah, they're gonna have, I'm sorry, they're gonna have a booth, and he will be there along with the Convention and Visitor Bureau and Economic Development. They're gonna be there at that summit.
Good.
Thank you.
So moving along, the passenger activity report, as you can see, we always go to the comparison to 2019. So, yeah, the airplanes are -2%, and the D planes are -13%, which is that's not that bad. We're doing pretty good. We're getting a lot of passengers, and that's compared to the 2019. That's not bad.
You said a decrease, cause I see an increase.
Well, it's a little bit. It's a -2%. It's on the whole.
I'm looking at the.
Overall it's a -2%. And on the D plane it's a -13% based from 2019. Of course, if we compare it to somebody's knocking the door? No? I'm sorry. If you compare it to 2021, of course, we're super high. Everybody knows that, so. You want me to unlock it? It's unlocked? Okay. Moving along on the cargo report, the cargo activity report. Wow, we're 0% on the difference between the 21 and the 19, so we're even. So that is good, but again, on the 2021, we are plus 122%. We're doing, for the cargo, and then on the FIS, everything is the status quo. We continue doing the air cargo and the operations. Again, if we compare it to 21, the Mexican operation is 191%, but on the 19 is a -52%.
Question on this, I know that we had a pilot program established where we're gonna go with UPS,
Mhm.
where they're gonna allow direct flights on certain products.
Mhm.
I know that they stopped it because TSA and Mexico said something. Did they move forward, or is that still standby, or will we move forward with that program?
That, will defer that, I'll put a note, Mr. Miller to respond to that, I usually don't get involved in that, I apologize for that, but I will ask Mr. Miller to respond to that.
Okay, because I kinda figured, since it's gonna be FIS, they're gonna be stopping here, and it's gonna be dealing
Right.
directly with UPS.
I heard
and
the idea is to do that, but I don't know the status of that, right now.
Taking consideration 52%,
But
I
I
think
will,
it'll be a
make a
factor.
note for Mr. Miller to, respond to that on an email.
Thank you.
Okay. On the next one, we had a fence fix on the charters and the private passenger and the fellow passengers. So we're doing good compared to the 2019. On the last one, the total FIS operations, again, we're doing good, even on 2021 and even on 2019 comparison, we're doing okay. Then we go to the fuel flow. The fuel flow is pretty good because we have had all those migrant charter airplanes, so we're saving a lot of fuel. So we
Who's paying
use-
for that, the government?
Yeah, the government paid for that, the federal government paid for that.
So we're paying for it?
Oh, no.
Taxpayer money.
You see it that way, yes.
Still paying.
You see it that way, we are paying, we
We
the
are.
people. But no, we used to have like at least 5 additional flights, every day, but not anymore, so. And, that's where we have a nice report on the fuel.
And so they've been billed and.
Yeah, they need to get all the
No,
bills
they
and all that,
still
so,
need to pay.
we'll be selling a lot of fuel. I mean, the FBOs,
And the government is a net 30, net 60, net 90, or what's it
I
paying?
have no idea how they pay the federal one.
Gentlemen?
Let the record reflect that Mr. Narvaez is,
We've been talking about.
360.
for the record, Mr. Narvaez is saying. We're on the delinquent report, Mr. Narvaez. On the staff reports, we're on the delinquent report. Again, we only have, I think the last meeting, we have the same ones.
We actually had three.
We had
We had
three?
one did pay.
One left, okay.
Yeah.
So we're still dealing with NetJets and Skyway and, Enterprises. So
And
it's
so-
only $8,000.
So what's the latest with them as far as payment?
So we have tried to reach out to them, for example, Skyway, we're gonna move forward to actually send them default letters, because we're not getting response at all from them.
You don't send a default after 30 days?
Well, usually we wait, cause right now, cause of the pandemic, but, they started showing 2-3 months, and then we're like, no, we're gonna move forward and send the.
I would send it, I would send anybody after 30 because
Yeah.
things are pretty much going back to normal
Yes, yes,
operations.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll handle that.
Yes.
The next item is the status of the reconstruction of the cargo apron. We're at 42%. I don't know if I have mentioned no, this is, we're running into some material issues,
Yeah.
ordering some, steel, especially the dowels and the rebar, the baskets. What happened is that they placed an order and they have to get it from Louisiana. But then now because of one of the hurricanes, it delayed the whole production. So now it's a combination of the COVID and the hurricanes. So we ran out of baskets, we ran out of dowels. And we're gonna be a little bit, 3 weeks or 4 weeks behind on the dowels. And we need the dowels and the basket to pour concrete. So if we don't have that, we cannot pour concrete.
Yeah.
But so hopefully we'll get it in about a week or 2 weeks. We're gonna get that order, and the contractor is gonna start pouring concrete as soon as possible and trying to catch up going back to the regular schedule.
This had a good idea, I mean, cause we have all that steel down there at the, in FAR that they stopped the wall building, so they should pull some of that.
Well, that's a different kind of steel.
Yeah, they can miss, boulder it down, you know.
No, these are
Just a
different,
thought,
these are the
thinking out
dowel,
loud.
the dowel basket, but I understand, so. But we're in good shape, they're still working, they have a lot of things to do, but, I just let you know about the concrete, we have stopped pouring concrete. Hopefully for the next meeting, we'll have something better to inform you.
Thank you.
But we're doing, overall, the contract is, the project is progressing. except for this little detail.
You ought to think about getting a number for an amendment to continuous reinforcement.
The design for the concrete is on flex, not on compression.
Yeah.
So that's why we don't use reinforcement on the concrete.
I mean, if you're having trouble getting them and the
Oh.
price is high, you might be able to.
The only place that we use reinforcing steel, it's on the radiuses, and that's.
Oh, you don't even use them on the panels?
No.
Oh, that's
We
interesting.
don't, those are 17 inches of concrete with no reinforcing.
Gotcha.
All we use is dowels and baskets, that's it, but there's no reinforcement on those 17 inches of concrete panel. The only reinforcement is on the radiuses when we have all the radiuses, that's when we reinforce those panels, because those are all shapes that we need to be reinforced with rebar, yeah. And, in the general staff comments, I just mentioned that Mr. Miller is in San Antonio and along with some other departments. And Mr. Chairman, that concludes our staff reports, and I don't know if anybody has any questions.
Comments, requests? Alright, move forward to the action items then.
The action items is, it's a consideration for approval of a professional service contract with GRA Incorporated in Alexandria, Virginia, in the amount not to exceed $50,000. The purpose is to provide consulting services in support of air service development at the Laredo International Airport. The contract is a 1-year term commencing October 1st to 2021, and ending September 30th, 2022. Funding is available under the Airport Operation Fund. This contract is with GRA is the contract that we use, and they help us negotiate all the contract with Aeromac, and that's what we still haven't continue using them, and this is on us as needed basis.
Where's the funding coming from?
From the Airport Operations Fund?
Do we already have a budget and allotted for, or is it just we're doing it every year?
Yes.
What type of negotiations do they conduct with Paramar? I mean,
It's the consultant, this consultant is specializes in dealing with airlines and when we, with the Laredo International Airport, we're dealing with Aeromar bringing here, and you know, the contract refers to all the subsidies and what needs to be done and the publicity and what the airport is going to provide and what Aeromar is going to provide. So this consultant, they're very knowledgeable on dealing with airlines. He also, this company also help us when we go to the conferences on routes, when the airport, when we go and talk to, United, American, or we're trying to bring a new airline service, we also talk to Southwest or somebody, or Allegiant and things like that. So they help us with that, they have the knowledge and the know-how.
Have we met with them, here?
That's
those are what they
David
came-
Wingard, I don't know if you have met with David.
Yeah, I think, because I know we did a study prior to our mark
Yes,
on it, was that the
yeah,
same people?
that's the same people, David Wingard, and he's been helping us a lot, yeah.
So do they do any compliance on Anomar to where you need them as a consultant? Like,
Basically, if you read the background, it's the continuous report and analysis of my service between the Laredo International and Mexico City. Also the quarterly updates, for the new data. So for meeting with the airline at the air service development conferences, that's what I explained, that when we go to different, air service development conferences, that's the takeoff conference, the ACI Jumpstart, the Roots America, and Allegiant Airport conferences. It's basically our consultant, that's what they do. And also they provide assistance on the small community air service development and any other air service development that we might go after for any air service development.
and this is for 1 year, so last year was there any fees that, was there?
Yes, what we do, this is a purchase order for $50,000, and doesn't mean that we're gonna pay the
Right,
$50,000.
it's just as needed.
It's just as, we pay as needed services, and that's the result.
But last year, how much, do you know how much they billed
The
last
last
year?
year, do you know how much?
I think it was, I think it was close to 50,000.
It was like
A little less.
a little less than
between
50,000.
Yeah.
Last year was, we did the same thing, so this is a kind of a renewal continuation, but we didn't exceed for sure, we did not exceed $50,000 last year.
How long is your contract for, since we're doing it every year?
Every year.
Yeah, but do you renew, it's all,
We
like
have,
renew one?
we have the need
It's
to
as
do it.
needed.
As needed.
yeah, that's for the money.
It's, the money's there, and then if we call them and we'll do that, they will bill us, they will invoice us and we'll pay it.
I guess my question is, because we already have Automart here, why do we need their services, you know, so?
Because we continue, dealing with Aroma in, future endeavors, sending with additional air services, like, airlines, air services development. And, that's when we have gone to those different conferences and talked to different, airlines, either wanna come to Laredo. And that's what that they provided, they help us to do that.
Has anybody else shown interest in coming to Laredo?
Not right now, we have talked to American, United, and Allegiant, and that's the same airline that we have.
Taking
It
ca-
would be nice to see like last year what they did, just a summary, you know, just.
Yeah, and to add to that, just because of Automart, they've already been here almost a year, see what
Right.
their numbers are. Take consideration the pandemic, but I know that, see if we've improved, because I know that they're here continuously for 2 years. So we gotta work on that and see
Yes.
where our numbers are at. and see how we
With
can put that up.
Aromar is include the developing, assistance and developing the marketing strategies, community outreach and analysis of flight performance. So that's what we have monthly meetings with Aromar and see how they're doing and what's being provided. And that's what we've been doing. If you require a summary, report, we can ask them to do what they have done in the past year, and, we'll provide it to you.
Since they're on the payroll.
Since they're
why
on
not?
the-
Yeah.
Just
Write it
for
down,
next
we get
time,
a-
just a summary and
Yeah.
just, it's not an action item, it's just a summary, just to
Right,
say.
right, right.
So we can
So
review
we
it,
know,
yeah.
so when
Show me
we
the- show me
report
the
to
work.
our,
You want us to provide it as a staff report?
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, put it as a staff report,
but a written report,
okay,
yeah,
we'll do a written report.
yeah.
Well, any other questions on the item? Anybody wanna make a motion?
Make a motion.
Oh, jeez.
Thank you.
Well, for the fact that it's a contractor at the need basis.
Right.
So it's not on payroll completely.
Exactly. If we don't use them, we don't pay.
Correct. And it provides a service for.
For future service development.
For future service development.
Exactly, yes.
To
That's
make
what-
sure that we feel good about it. Okay, any, all, yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion passes.
Thank you. Next item, Mr. Chairman, is authorizing the city manager to ratify the execution of a lease agreement between the city of Laredo as a lessor and a B&B Communications as a lessee for building number 962, consisting of approximately 5,672 square feet of building space and parking lot located on 1,816 Papa Street at the Laredo International Airport. The lease term shall be for 1 year commencing on October 1st, 2021 and ending on September 30th, 2022, with 2 1-year options to extend, ending on September 30th, 2023 and September 30th, 2024. The monthly rent shall be $4,976.18. We have 2 zeros on right there. And will be adjusted annually according to changes in the consumer price index of the CIP.
You said it was to ratify?
Yes,
No.
At least it was for 17 years.
that's what it says, that's going to ratify.
Yeah, don't, it's gonna be over
I
there.
didn't see ratify.
Oh, it's not a ratify, it's to approve it.
Oh,
Yeah, because ratifies on the top, on the.
Ratify is when the city council already approved it, so we're gonna delete ratify, and
okay.
it's going to the city council on Monday.
On Monday.
It's going to the
So-
city council on.
Yeah, so we have 2 mistakes here, you got the ratifies not there and also the 2 zeros at the end.
Right, the 2
Yeah.
zeros at the end, we'll fix that, yeah.
Okay.
Can I just ask how much they were paying before?
It's the same amount.
That's the same amount, yeah, you're gonna see.
So what are
Now-
we ratifying? Or what are we,
now-
We're extending the lease.
Extending the lease, yes.
So-
We're just extending the lease.
Their contract had ended in September of this, current year.
Last September.
The beginning plan was that they had requested 20 years of the lease.
Mm-hmm.
But then the pandemic started, they were gonna do some major improvements into the building. They were like, we can't right now, but we wanna continue with the airport. So they requested, they reached out to us, they told us, hey, give us a year, we reassess the next year and see maybe we're better, and then we'll move forward to doing the major improvements, and we'll go ahead and do the 20-year lease. They were gonna change the facade, repaint, fix, flooring, all that stuff. They were gonna invest a lot of stuff in that building.
And this rent is based on the market, because I know,
The
I know
appraised
in the
market.
the
Yes.
appraised market value.
If correct me if I'm wrong, but B&B Communication used to be out of phone.
Out of Phone on Laredo.
Out of Phone on Laredo.
Yes. Mhm.
So they've been there for years, in the same location.
I mean, it's just a wash, there's no difference in money, it's just renewing a lease basically.
Exactly, we're renewing the lease and they will continue leasing the building.
Fair enough.
We need the revenue.
Yeah.
Anybody wanna make a motion on this?
Motion approved.
Sure.
I'll second.
Oh my. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion passes.
Mr. Chairman, the last item is the, requested, report on the, airport properties for leasing, so you can see the airport, properties available for lease. I don't know, you have any questions, and then,
I forgot, my error, I forgot to ask how much they're leasing for.
oh, we can add that.
Yeah, cause I wanna see just
Put a column that, how much of we're leasing for.
how
Okay.
much they're leasing for and how long they've been vacant.
Okay.
So, wow, these are all the available properties.
Yes, these are all these are available. for
Available,
lease.
properties to be leased, yes.
Yes, these are the ones that
Can
have.
you just send an email, we don't have to wait until the next, just an email, is that okay?
Okay. We'll
Let's
add-
just add the rent amount. And you can use the last, whoever rented there.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
previous lease.
Well, if
yes,
that's,
or
if that's what
leasing.
you were leasing it at market, so
Okay.
that would be it, yeah.
We'll put the previous leasing and the estimated lease.
Yeah, are we marketing the lease?
We're always marketing the building, we have signs all over the place.
But not with
I
a
just-
realtor company or something like that?
Oh,
Oh, no, realtors?
Uh-huh.
Those,
we have the real estate department here with the
Uh-huh.
city,
Mhm.
but we don't have a specific company that could actually advertise the property.
Do you have like an MLS that you list on national or just?
We
everything's
No.
local?
should,
No, we don't have
because
any MLS.
if we
No.
were to get a realtor, or, on the MLS, it'll lease out, you just have to pay them a fee, but I'd rather pay, and usually it's the 1 month's rent, I'd
The-
rather pay their 1 month's
Yeah.
rent and
ROI,
have it
ROI is a
stay.
lot bigger than just having
I'll
empty
propose
properties.
to get a realtor, I don't know if
I
that can be
would say
possible.
so. Yes, I'd second that if that's
Uh,
possible.
do you
But
have
it's
to bring
not
that
an
up?
action
It's on-
item,
yeah,
that,
it's on
so
action
can we
item
put that for the
on
next
month.
meeting, and then, but by then we'll have the
Numbers.
the
The
time
amount.
it's been vacant, the rent, that way we can see the potential that
Okay.
was, and then we can justify why we want to,
Move forward.
put it out.
Cause as of right now, we act as realtors right now, the staff go
I
out
know.
there, we have.
But y'all are overburdened with a lot of other stuff,
Yeah.
and that's what they do. They, and I tell you because, I don't know, some of us are in real estate, and that's what they do,
Yeah, they
so we
focus
don't
on
have to do the work, but, it's
Have we done that before, when you were here?
not here, I'm talking about real estate
No,
over
I know,
there
but when you
with-
were here at the airport, we didn't do that?
No, because pretty much everything was leased
Right.
up, like all this was leased up.
Ah.
Yeah, it was pretty much leased up, but I know that, things change, businesses change,
Mhm.
whatever. But I think we can, to generate, and this is to generate more money for the airport, so
Right.
that you all can continue with all these projects. So you rely on the revenues.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I mean, even if we didn't do it before, let's do it now.
Usually we have a, correct me if I'm wrong, we have a sign on every building,
And I've seen them.
and
I
then it says,
have.
Laredo Airport, call this number.
Yeah.
And if somebody's interested, they will just call us and then we'll show the
Yeah.
property, and we'll take it from there. And we'll go there and, we'll go and check, we'll go and clean it a little bit and
Right.
look presentable, and then we show it to the future, if somebody wants to lease it.
Yeah.
All you
but-
hitting the market just local, you should be able to attack,
Yeah, the
outside
MLS,
the
it
area, but
goes,
some
and
national.
you might
Everywhere.
get somebody who
Yeah.
says, you know what, I've been looking for something in Laredo, but they didn't know, because it was never on the MLS. There's a list,
Mhm.
so, I mean, like, And let's just take an example, and I'm not blaming anybody, it's just this building right here, I've seen it for what, 2 years? How much were they leasing it for?
It was close to, I think it was 11,000.
11,000, and this is just one building, and it's been there for 2 years. And I know I know you all have signs and everything, but I think it's time that we get somebody to move the properties.
Do we need to have somebody if we need to get a real, is that something that the city letter can do, or?
Well, that's
You know,
why
bring it up
we
as an
have
action
to-
item, and then we can go
action
from there.
item,
Right,
and
right,
then
as an
you
action
can
item.
review if they
Let's
can
do it as a
do it or
committee,
not,
and
and
Yes,
that's for the
as a
legal
recommendation, and then
department.
we'll.
Well, that's the legal department,
Yeah.
if there's
Yeah.
something that we can do, and
Uh-huh.
the finance department is something that we can do, and, because, you know,
No, I
the
know.
logistics to that, to get a, maybe
But
one
this is
realtor or guy
business,
that.
yeah.
Yes, exactly, money is money.
It's money's
Well,
money.
and
I think
possibly
we-
the city's taking, let's wait and see if it rents. In the meantime, like they say, 1 month's rent,
Yeah,
will be worth the payment of leasing.
well, okay, well,
Send us that list and we'll see just the potential money that's been lost,
Can be,
because in
yeah.
reality, it's been lost.
Mhm.
But moving forward, we can have that potential income.
okay, we'll add that, and also we'll put an item there for the next meeting, and we'll send it to you, Mr. Sherman, for you to review, and we'll take it from there. And we also, talk to the finance department and legal department, is that something that we can
I can go about it.
go about it and get some realtor, or do we need to go on RFQs, or, I don't know.
Most likely.
So that's something that we need to do.
Thank you.
That means any more comments, anybody like to, any additional requests, or? Motion adjourned?